It was in September that the Turkish president appeared at the United Nations in New York and set out clearly once more his horror at what was happening in Gaza, calling for more pressure on Israel and telling the international community that it had failed to protect the Palestinians.
Are those in Gaza and the occupied West Bank not human beings? Don't children in Palestine have the right to read, live and play in the streets? The journalists that Israel massacred on live TV and whose offices were raided are your colleagues, aren't they? Oh, United Nations Security Council, what are you waiting for to prevent the genocide in Gaza, to put a stop to this cruelty, to this barbarism?
This year, the Turkish government took a series of steps in protest at Israel's attacks. In May, it announced the end of all trade with Israel, worth almost $7 billion a year. The following month, it applied to join South Africa's case at the International Court of Justice, investigating whether Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Then, in October, it collected signatures from 52 countries and 2 international organizations for a letter that was sent to the UN calling for an end to arms supplies to Israel. There's also been support for the main Palestinian factions, an invitation in August to the Palestinian president to address the Turkish parliament.
The real purpose of the genocide carried out by Israel in Gaza, occupied West Bank, and Jerusalem is to uproot the Palestinian presence from our homeland and to displace Palestinians once again, as in 1948 and 1967. They want to make the Palestinians live the same tragedy of being displaced again. But this will never happen. No matter what they do and how hard they try, this will never happen.
Turkey also sent a high-level delegation, including the Vice President and Foreign Minister, to the funeral of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh after he was assassinated in Iran. Meanwhile, Ankara also emerged as one of the biggest suppliers of aid to Gaza, in an issue that is also important to domestic politics in Turkey.
We have conservative people, we have secularists, we have leftists, and we have nationalists, all colors and currents of the wider political and social spectrum. I think caring for Palestine, caring for Palestinian cause is the most common denominator.
And there's been continuing efforts as a leading player in the contact group, formed by foreign ministers from the Arab League and Organization of Islamic Cooperation, to try to convince Western countries to press Israel to end its attacks and ensure a secure future for the Palestinians. Andrew Hopkins, TRT World.